Hello, Marines. I'm Lindsey. This is my commentary. My commentary is about a story of a young man who was beaten up because he was different. Before I read the article, the story is from 2015. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I see myself in this. It's from dailymail.co.uk. Excuse the noise. Excuse the noise again. A teenage boy with Asperger syndrome was viciously beaten for being different has decided not to press charges against his attackers so long as they take time to learn about his condition. Gavin Joseph, a recent high school graduate from New Belen, Illinois, was beaten at the end of June by a gang of other teenagers who mocked him for spending most of his time alone. He was left with a concussion, a bruised esophagus, a fracture on his nose, and a huge black eye in this heartless beating, but decided not to hold back from taking legal action. Instead, Gavin made a 20-minute video for his descendants explaining the realities of living with Asperger's, a type of autism, and asked only to watch it with their families present. And later on in this article, it says that he was diagnosed with at the age of 3. It makes every day, and his mother's talking, it makes everyday interactions with people very difficult, and means that he has trouble making and keeping friends. As a result, he spends a lot of time on his own with some of his peers, dubbed as weird and creepy. I'm gonna try not to get angry, but man, it's impossible. I see myself in this. Because as many of you Wolverines know, I have Asperger syndrome. And I also have ADHD. And I think 2 years ago, I made a video talking about my life with these two disorders. No one is asked to have ADHD. No one asked to have Asperger syndrome or autism spectrum disorder. No one asked for that. Yes, we ask these spend time alone. Yes, it's hard for us to interact with some people our own age. Even in college, it's hard for me to interact with some of my peers on the social level. Because it's hard for me to understand social norms. It's hard for me to understand social norms. It's hard for me to understand things that are social. Throughout high school, now, and in college. I wasn't invited to parties. One, because they know how I was. One, because they know I was preacher man. Two, I was the oddball. I talked about things like politics from the age of 7, from the age of 9. I talked about things like politics and world news. And excuse the train. When I was in 8th grade, I was picked on for being different. Three girls picked on me. Sorry for picking up two. Because I was different. One girl took lotion and smacked me with it in front of her. I told our guidance counselor. She was suspended. For 2 months I got into a fight with one of them. And they still picked on me. I was a new convert at the time. As many of you know, I'm Church of Christ. As to get back at them, I started to dog them out in their denominations. I think one girl was a Catholic or Catholic, and the other one was Baptist. I called one of them girls Catholic hooker, and I called another one a Baptist slut. And they were mad at me. I started to get an ego. Well, I'm Church of Christ, and I'm right, and blah, 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 and blah, blah. I started to have that type of attitude. That type of attitude started to develop in me. And I was being wrong. I was being intolerant, bigoted. Also, I wanted to kill them. I wanted to kill all three of those girls. I wanted to kill all three of those girls. The only reason, because there's reasons why I didn't do it. One, because I knew it was wrong. It was a sin. Two, because I didn't want to go to jail. Three, it would have messed up. If I would have followed along and killed all three of those girls, I would not be sitting here doing this commentaries, doing these comment. I would not be doing these commentaries for almost the past 3 years. Once again, we Aspies don't ask to be given this disorder. We're not asked to be given this order. If so, we would say no. It is hard, even for me right now, being in college, being socially active. It is hard for me to be socially active and being sociable with some of the people my own age. Even today. And I want to be social. But being on, it's like being an astronaut. And you're on another planet. And you never heard of this planet. You realize this planet has life. And they do things that are different. What's acceptable for you is not acceptable for them. That's the way I say it. I'm sorry if that was a poor illustration. You did the right thing. Because if it would have been me and knowing my temper, I probably would have had a baseball bat and cracked their skulls open. Oh, Cleve, and I don't know what you said. Oh, Cleve, I thought you were a Christian. That don't mean I'm perfect. There's some people I really want to go off on. We don't ask to have Asperger meltdown. We don't ask to have these meltdowns. We don't ask to be socially awkward. We don't ask none of that. We don't ask for none of that. And we deal with this disorder every single day of our lives. Every day when I wake up, I have to deal with this disorder. I have to deal with ADHD. At night, I gotta deal with it. There's no off days with this disorder. And for those of you who are struggling with Asperger syndrome, I'm with you. I'm with you. For those of you who are picking on someone with Asperger's or picking on someone because they're different, stop it! Because one of these days, they might be your boss. Or they might make a whole bunch of money for you. Or they might be the President of the United States. I'm not saying that Donald Trump has Asperger syndrome. No. I might be the President of the United States one day. One day. They might be a great inventor. Same type of people. They made fun of me back in middle school and in our high school. That's where they at. And this is not to throw shade. Some of them had a child out of wedlock or in jail. Now look where I'm at now. Look where I am in college. Be careful who you pick on, because they might shock you. is not them hitting you with a sledgehammer like they're Triple H or something, or pull a gun out on you and shooting you. They may become a 3.0 student. May become a 3.0 student. Or maybe, I'm sorry for the lighting too. Or maybe it may be an owner of a $1 billion company. You just may never know. You be careful who you mess with. And for those of you, you know I have to tie scripture to this. That's why the scripture says, treat everyone as the way that you want to be treated. That's not my saying, that's Jesus saying in scripture. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Till then, be safe, folks.